Hello everyone, this is the screencast for the first milestone of the CSE 519 DevOps project. So this screencast is for part 1, where we are going to be configuring the environment so that we could run the Node.js application checkbox.io. This is the Ansible script that we are using so as to configure the environment. Let's begin with by going through this Ansible script. Some basic dependencies that we require for checkbox.io are installing Nginx, then installing Node.js. For Node.js, you have to create a link to Node with the Node.js file to be able to run it using the Node command. Similarly, we also have to install the MongoDB database in order to save the newly created studies or the newly created surveys in the database. These are few dependencies that we have to configure through the Ansible file. Along with that, we also have some configuration that we require to do for Nginx. For instance, we have to override these two files from the repository that is provided to us so that when we deploy Nginx on port 80, we can access the checkbox.io HTML pages or the web application and successfully use it. So now let's go ahead and run this Ansible file. As we can see, all the tasks that we have set up inside of the playbook are executed when we execute this playbook. While this is running, we can go through the playbook once again. So the basic configuration that we required to do was for Nginx and Node.js, along with setting up Mongo. These are the basic and the generic steps for setting up a MongoDB database. Along with that, we made some configuration changes for Nginx, and restarting the Nginx servers is very essential, because when you install Nginx, it by default starts the Nginx service, but because we made changes in the configuration, we need to restart the server after copying these files. Also, we have used Forever so that we can run the Node.js application. Using Forever, what happens is, when you run a Node.js application directly from Ansible, it does not return and the Ansible hangs. So using Forever helps us in running it as a background process. Now we see that all the changes that we have made to the source code provided to us in checkbox.io, we have created a fork for that repository, and we've created our own repository, and at this repository, as we can see, the modified source code is present. This is the repository that gets cloned into the node that we are deploying using Ansible. Now we have finished running the Ansible playbook. Now we'll go ahead and see if we can successfully run and see the checkbox.io application in the browser. As we can see, the checkbox.io application has been deployed. Now to check whether our changes to the server.js file, which contains the APIs, have worked, we'll create a new survey. As we can see, this is a sample survey that has been given to us, and we can see the preview. That means all the APIs are working. We can also try to create a new survey. It's a test. Now we are going to be creating a new survey. On doing so, we see that the survey has been successfully created. We can try to actually access the link for this survey by the link we have been provided over here. So, yes, this is the survey or the test that we created using the checkbox.io application that we modified to run successfully in the browser. Thank you.